Welcome to Disaster Talk, where disaster is the talk of your town. Hi, I'm Ruama Camp. I'm the host for today. I'm the executive director from Grace Community Services, and today we have a wealth of information coming right out there for you. I have joining me today Galveston County Housing Assistant Program, and I just like to call her my friend, Miss Mary Jo. Welcome.
Thank you.
Awesome. If you would you give us some insight into what the program means and how long the program has been around and what does the program want to accomplish?
The program was established by the federal government to assist those whose homes were destroyed or damaged because of Hurricane Ike. And so it's through a community development block grant that's provided by our federal government. It's administered at the county level by Galveston County, and it's there to assist the residents who were living in their homes at the time that Hurricane Ike caused such devastation.
Awesome. Have you seen here lately any resistance to people signing up for the program?
We haven't seen resistance, and we have actually we have people on a weekly basis. I get a report, and we have steadily had folks sign up. We want to remind them that it's not too late. I know they've seen a lot of billboards, and there's a lot of information out there that tells people the time, that there's a deadline. That is not for the housing program. That is another program, or simply legal issues. If someone's suing, there are a lot of attorneys that have billboards up now on major thoroughfares such as I-45 and Katy Freeway, whatever.
Yes, I've seen
that are talking about deadline is September 13th. September 13th was indeed the second anniversary of Hurricane Ike, but it was not the deadline to apply for housing. The housing program is still accepting applications, and we encourage anyone who feels that they are interested in filling out an application to please do so. We have 3 intake centers are open throughout the county, from Bay Cliff, Galveston, as well as Port Bolivar. It's a process of filling out the application, and we have caseworkers there that will help you through it. We understand that a lot of people did lose their documents,
yes.
Some that you're asked for, and we have professionals that are there to assist you in helping you find a way to get some documentation for things that you may have paid for or whatever.
So what is the criteria? What shoe does a person need to wear in order to come and get some services?
Well, some people had absolutely no home insurance, and some had inadequate insurance. And we just ask that if you feel like you need help, come and either call the number or go to one of the intake centers and start the process so that it can be determined if you are eligible.
Now that's awesome, because what you said was if you feel like you need help. In other words, don't try to qualify yourself, just get up and go.
Don't qualify yourself, and don't compare your time limit that you're in the program or that it's taken you to fill out an application with anyone else. Each applicant is unique. We all have different things that we're bringing to the table. Some have this document and some don't have that, and vice versa. So just don't judge yourself by others. Everyone's individual.
That's awesome. That is good news. I know that being in the case management arena, it's real typical for the next door neighbor to say, oh, this is what I got. And then you judge by what they got to what you're going to get. So let me ask you for a little more clarity. If I come into your organization, what should I expect? Should I expect you to tear my house down and rebuild it? Or what exactly should I expect?
I think what you should expect is some help in determining if you qualify. That's what you can expect. And then based on the application and the extent of the damage, you may have a house that it's possible to refurbish it as opposed to tear it down and rebuild it. You may feel that your house only needs to be refurbished, but then they've deemed it inhabitable that you can't live in the house. And so the house has to come down. In that case, it's arranged for you to have a new house built from the ground up.
A new house.
And elevation levels are checked. If you're in a flood zone, it's mandatory that the house be raised. And there are a number of different elements to the rebuilding.
So in other words, it doesn't happen overnight.
It doesn't happen overnight, and we do understand that people are impatient in the waiting process, and that's completely normal because it has been a long time since people are at home. But I can assure everyone that the program's working as quickly and diligently as possible given the parameters that it has to work within.
Yes. Let me ask you, you guys attended a couple of our community festivals. In your own words, what would you say the festivals have given back to the community?
I think the festivals have been wonderful in community outreach and informing people about different programs and educating them on what's available for them in their different needs, not just for housing, but it could be mental health issues, which comes along with this type of an event. Meaning Hurricane Ike or any other devastation of one's life. We've all been affected by Hurricane Ike and what it brought on, and I don't think any of us were unscathed. I think a lot of us were fortunate if we weren't completely flooded out of our homes, but all of us lost something, either at work or with our families. And in this mix, we're dealing with a tough economy. So if you've lost a job and you've lost your home and you've lost all the clothes that you own and you've been separated from your family because you had to go out and live with different family members, it does cause a great amount of stress.
A great amount of stress. I know as an advocator and as a great one that you are for this community, it even caused stress when it didn't even happen in that magnitude to you, but it causes a lot of stress to the people who are advocating on the victim's behalf. Now, you've been doing this for quite a while.
Yeah, I managed disasters on the communications level for many years and have done a number of disasters. And you get as emotionally involved because you see what it's done to people that you know, people that you see every day. It could be a restaurant that you go to or your grocery store, or in my case, my church was demolished. And it was very stressful trying to get that together, and we're still working on that, as all of us are. And what I found in that, which was wonderful, is there was a church that was near my church, but not devastated like mine was. They donated pews to our church because we were sitting on borrowed chairs on a concrete floor. And it was that type of interaction in the community that's such a wonderful thing.
You know, it's unfortunate that disasters have to happen, but oh my God, after the storm or after the fire or after the flood, people come together just as if God had stepped on the scene. It doesn't matter what you look like, what your nationality is, or what your religion is. It's all about getting the people the help. You know, I think that is an awesome thing for not only America and Americans, but I think citizens to just come together without the barriers and the boundaries and just focus on one word: help. And I believe that right now a lot of us are still in the mode of helpless and hopeless because we haven't been able to repair ourselves by ourselves. And so I'm so grateful that government has stepped in and offered a hand up and not a hand out. It's been a wonderful journey for me meeting you, because every time I see you bring a ray of hope and sunshine, not only into Grace Community Services, but the community that you serve. And so I just want to say thank you for being that beacon of light. And I'm also proud of all of the governmental people, men and women, who have went to Congress on our behalf. So in our wrap up, where would we find your intake and who would we call, or is there a website?
I have a number here, and it's, if you call now, It's 877-221-8215. And whoever answers the telephone will be happy to help you. They'll point you in the right direction. If you can't make the intake centers, they'll give you the address. They'll tell you what the next step is. You can go online if you would like to look at the application and get familiar with it. And you would go to www.galvestoncountyhap.com.
Awesome. Again, thank you so much for joining us here today on Disaster Talk.
Thank you.
You're a blessing to the community. Thank you for being our
Thank you, and
friend.
we appreciate your efforts too.
You're welcome. Well, that about wraps it up for me. If you're sitting out there and you're still wondering how you can get help for the people that you're serving, how you can get help for a loved one, they're still helping people. Don't prejudge and don't leave yourself out. Call them today, Galveston County Housing Assistance Program. They're here to serve you after the storm. Thank you for joining in.